Hi, just a quick update on Bitcoin liquidity, and I'm looking through the lens of Coinbase. At the same time, I've just got a second screen up here with BTC, just random crypto cat index, whatever that is. Down below, I've got three different liquidity indicators, and just wanted to quickly show what I look at. I'm out here, or look for. I'm out here in the 1, 2, and 3 hour zones is probably where I look, unless I'm trying to do some scalping trading. And what I'm really looking for is green is buying and red is selling. And the buying and selling can move around a lot if there's not a lot of pressure. Something can look very green, especially up here. It can look green in time lag, but it might just be skimming along the surface. But time lag does give us, at a quick glance, a really nice look at where is red and where is green and where it's likely to happen. And here I'm just trying to cover a couple of the red zones for you to see. Red zones generally give us sideways or down, and the green zones, we get a lot of green zones where we get filling or accumulation, um, buying or charging events. And then we also get reactive green, where it's going up with the price, and that might take a while to distribute. And it's probably hard to see out here at the 3 hour. You're probably better in there looking at the 5 minute to see how reactive it is, because all of the time there's surface liquidity working. Down below here, we can see relative tightnesses in liquidity sentiment. Again, red is selling and green is buying. And if you have a look at these, if I chucked a line in on any one of these, a vertical line, I could pretty well say that between there and the end of that red, that it's a selling period because it's red. Then we get these little intermittent lines, and look, out here at 3 hours, maybe that doesn't give you the perfect entry for the bottom of one of these, but it gives you a pretty good entry to have a look for. We've just been through this period with quite a lot of red in a couple of periods. Then, as I was trying to suggest yesterday, we've gone into this period which is a little bit in between. It's a little bit of a white period, so it could go up, it could go down. I suggest it's still going down. Having a look at the open interest and having a look at it a little bit closer on the screen, it's a little bit redder. We can see that yesterday, last week, Tuesday, going through the week, we started becoming redder and redder. And it really wasn't until after the dump on Friday that we started to green up a little bit. We had a little bit of buying going into it, and there were some things that were a little bit further out of control in the market, which threw it around at the start of last week after a big bump on Friday. So, without doing lots of marking up, I'm hoping that my followers have seen me talking about liquidity for long enough and can see that I'm without spending too much time on each entry, that when I'm standing back from a distance, that I'm just trying to suggest what I can see from what I have learned about using liquidity over a period of time. We get these sideways periods and we get these green periods. It's easier to stand back from a distance and have a look and judge for yourself where they're going to land. And you really have to start from a distance back. You will see it in other tickers. Here we can see a nice red period that's been going sideways for an extended period of time here in GBTC, Grayscale, Bitcoin. And you can see some green charging events that have led to better bottoms. And then it isn't a particularly clean indicate. It doesn't indicate quite as well as say Coin. I think Coinbase are pretty close to some of the decisions that are being made within government, and so they have a good idea of what's going on. Anyway, that's my little quick update. I think we're a little bit in between. It's very interesting that we haven't seen more hedging coming on the bottom of the drop on Friday. We are dropping a little bit into liquidity. If I have a look at what happened, dropped into liquidity, so we get reactive liquidity, and then it's flattened out a little bit. Coin is a little bit better than that. Coin is showing a little bit of green in everything that was happening. It did have in the 15-minute zone, it did drop into green, but if we have a look in the 5-minute zone, it looked a lot greener. It'll be interesting to see if Bitcoin turns around a little bit over the next 24 hours into the open on Monday. Anyway, have a good end to your weekend, and I will finish updating subscribers today with the intricacies of what I see in the market. Thank you very much.